Hello and welcome to match number 19 of the Tobago Group Tigertanks men's under 20 Invitational here at the Dwight York Stadium. It is the final day of competition. It is match day 10, FC Tobago Phoenix against Stokely Vale. I'm Vinny Ramphel alongside the former Trinidad and Tobago player Sid Gray. And Sid, this one is always going to be a hotly contested fixture.
Yes, Phoenix and Stokelyville has this great rivalry against them, so I think it should be a very good game today.
Phoenix in the red outfits, they will be attacking the goal to our right, and it is Stokelyville in the green, played in by Arthur, and too far ahead of Jakeem Sandy. Bristol heads it back on to Jordan. Jordan tries to run it clear, almost committing a cardinal sin at the back. Stokelyville will prevail here, and Stokelyville, they're on the in the green, and Phoenix in the red outfits. This is Lindsay. Forward trying to find Samuel, but can't connect with him. Just to give you the point standing, Sinclair's coaching school on 17 points, Youth Stars on 14. Phoenix, if they win today and Youth Stars lose against Sinclair's, it is Phoenix that's going to finish second. So there is still a fair amount they're not going to be able to make the Trinidad group. That's they're behind on points here, Phoenix. But if they are to win today, gives them a great chance, Sid, of making it into that second spot.
Well, that should give them some great incentives to put some pressure on Youth Stars here today.
Yeah, it certainly will. And as for Stokelyville, they haven't won a game in the tournament. 2 draws and 5 losses, conceding 14 goals in the tournament and scoring only 3. Well, they have some incentive. They will try to win this game, and a victory for them. If they are to win this game by 3 points, they will overtake Bethel and finish second to last in the competition. Bristol will get this one clear. Not much of a left foot on Bristol, but he's a very big guy. Here is Arthur, taken over here by Solomon. Here's Lindsay. Gets it forward to the captain of the Stoke. That's a lovely pass, and there could be the opening goal. Well, that's well saved. That was a great move, and what a ball by Jariel Arthur. And he got the shot in, but credit there to Thomas who made the save.
That's a lovely pass, and it could be open goal. He should have gone across the goalkeeper. He went to the near post. But a great save from the goalkeeper to keep the games at 0-0.
Here's the corner coming in at the near post and not dealt with convincingly. Bristol's there. With him is Lindsay. Bristol just doing with 3 players on him. Here's Lindsay with the cross. Gets it back into the center. Not in a great position. But here come Stokelyville now. Given back to Lindsay. Now that's great work from him. He actually would have been left behind by the move. This is offside. And 2 players found behind the lines here for Stokelyville. But what a good start by Phoenix. They really should have gone ahead there 1-0. And you're right, he really should have gone across goal. Always the big advantage. If you go cross goal, forcing a save from the keeper, there's always chance of a knocking. Lindsay, it's a giveaway just in front of the defense. Stokelyville looking for the pass that will play in. Well, the man on the far side was looking for it. That's Jalen Quashie, scored in Stokelyville's last game in their 2-1 defeat. On the defensive now, and he's going to get this one forward, Ryan Campbell, and out of play on the face side. But so far, you can see that Phoenix are really up for this in this match.
And they should be, because they have a lot to be playing for to get into the playoffs.
This game is the first match of a doubleheader. Here's Bristol. Yeah, too far ahead. The striker had his head down as he saw the ball, Andy Thomas. He knew immediately that was not going to get to him. Yeah, second place beckoning here to FC Tobago Phoenix. It was actually played behind Solomon, and Arthur did not follow up on the far side. So Stokely Vale would get this one clear. Williams was just waiting for the ball to come to him, but Lindsay was there to knock it out of play. Stokely Vale from the Plymouth area, they produce so many fine footballers, and I know you've had some battles with Stokely Vale in the past.
That is for sure. That is always, Stokely always have produced a lot of great footballers from the Tobago area, from that area. So
Sure that Daniel Cyrus, who is from that area, would have seen a lot of your games, and you may have actually been a possible inspiration to him in playing for the national team. He racked up over 80 internationals for Trinidad and Tobago.
he has done well for himself and for his country and his village of Tobago as well.
That's right. There is Arthur slipping past two players. Needs some help here, Arthur. Lindsay is right there, but he sorts it out well. Back to Henry, who lets it run through to Trim. Now, Trim in some problems here. Was that a handball? I think it was. Off the hand of Jakeem Sandy. Yes, he's done very well for himself from the Stokely Vale team, Plymouth area. And it's not just about men's footballers, also Kimika and Karen Forbes are coming from that area.
And that's a village of great footballers. I have to say they always produce good footballers. And so do Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll have to say the cameraman today, Mr. Kevin, he was one of Phoenix's top defenders as well in the Tobago division.
Yes, seems to remember you very well.
Yeah, we had a lot of clashes.
7 minutes in here, 0-0 between FC Tobago Phoenix and Stokely Vale. Phoenix have gone through so many changes over the past. Once known as 1976 FC Phoenix, using that German convention of putting the year in which the team was formed before the name of the club. So far, Phoenix in their matches, 7 matches, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. They've scored 10 goals in the competition. That's been one of their real problems. Their striking has not been up to mark.
I think they need to just calm a little bit because they are just rushing it and try to force the play a little bit too much. So that's just basically the problem.
Offside against Lindsay, the left back who loves to push forward and join the attack too far forward this time. Yeah, Phoenix, I think that with the situation of the game, with Phoenix looking to get into that second place and really sensing that Youth Stars may not be up for the challenge of St. Clair's later on in the second game, they see a real chance for themselves to finish in that second spot. Of course, it's a difference in prize money. It's also the prestige.
Bragging rights, yeah.
And bragging rights, that's right. Arthur, great ball again. Finds Thomas. Can he get the shot in? He does well to recover. And then the player comes in, Hakeem Billy, to knock it out for a corner. So for the second time, and really, you have to say that Andy Thomas should have done a better job of shielding the ball from the defender. And he allowed those 2 defenders to come in and take it away from him.
It took a bit too long. He could have taken that ball across the defender and get his shot away.
I wonder how much of a left foot he has. Maybe that's why he was trying to go keep it on the right side. Thomas is still outside of the area. Here's the corner coming in towards the penalty area. Here's Arthur with the header and booted away from goal. Phoenix will try again here through Percy. And here's Bristol. Bristol easily the biggest man in the competition. And now he's scored out of position here. This could be interesting. A better ball. Well, they could have released Sandy, who was coming through the middle. But that's one of the things we haven't seen, the quality of that final ball, Sid.
that I've been saying from the day one, because of the quality, the patience.
And again, this one is onside. Well, the referee's assistant, I think he had the flag up, put it back down, continued running, but the referee has upheld the decision. I think Arthur clearly was offside.
Over on this side, over,
I
sir?
think he was a mile away.
This side. This side.
Could have been on the main ridge. That's how far he was ahead there of the last defender. Here at the Dwight York Stadium, and this isn't going to be easy for Bristol. Bristol's not the fastest of defenders, but uses his size well. Now he's onside here, Arthur. The player's trying to get it back. He's found himself in some problems. The keeper hasn't helped him out. And Rochford does well to get that clear eventually. I think the keeper really had to get involved there.
I think so. I think he didn't trust his goalkeeper, so he tried to keep it for himself.
Oh, Kwashi, he has a chance, and he's hit it straight at the keeper. He gets a second chance to score, and this could be the opening goal. No, somehow they managed not to get it in to the back of the net. Stokely Vale, who have scored only 3 goals in the tournament, what a chance there to go ahead and say, look at this, he really should have buried this.
Had
And
too much
he's hit
time
it straight at the keeper, he gets a second chance to score. And this could be the opening goal.
Too many time, too many space, too many to get this right.
Well, first of all, he should have maybe
Here's a
allowed that to go back
chance,
to the keeper.
and he's hit it straight
That one was
at
a
the
good
keeper,
save.
he gets a
This one,
second chance to
Williams
score.
should have buried
And this
this.
could be the opening goal.
I will say a good save because it is straight to the keeper. To his right or to his left of the keeper, and that should have been a goal, an easy goal. But you see, they are rushing the play. You have too many times doing this, rushing the play, instead of they take the time and compose themselves and have the shot. You shouldn't be going for power there. You just roll that ball past him.
Yeah, just place it past him on the ground, and that would have been as easy as you like. Now, the thing is, Stokely Vale have only scored 3 goals in the tournament. Kwashi, Dareem Taylor, and Deshaun Rochford. And when your defender is scoring 1/3 of your goals, you know there's a problem in the striking
Well,
department.
there's a problem in the team as well. If you only could score 3 goals in so many games.
That's
If you
right.
I'm seeing it right now, because if you can get this clear chance and you're not putting it away, that means their confidence is way down below.
Yeah, it is. And how often do you see 2 players alone with the
Kwashi,
goalkeeper?
here's a chance.
Bristol's
And
given
he's
up.
hit
Here's
it straight
Bristol
at
in
the
the middle.
keeper, he
Now he
gets a
gets interested
second
again.
chance to
But then, here's
score.
Williams.
And this could be
Straight at
the
the
opening
goal.
goal.
Either side, that was a goal.
Goal, he could have taken a touch and just roll it. He went for power.
And he hit it first time, so yeah, it's mystifying. Well, now we see why. If you haven't seen Stokely Vale play before, now you see why they only have 3 goals in 7 games. And get this, Sid, it took them 413 minutes to get their first goal in the competition.
That's very alarming.
It's certainly alarming, and you know, you think back to Stokely Vale over the years and the players that they've had. Certainly it's not what you want to see at this under 20 level. The player, by the way, he has recovered. He will have to head off the field to get some treatment, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And I think it is, that might be Percy, the number 12, who's limping off at the moment. Took a knock and he appears to be okay.
Stretch a bit too much for the ball. But I think the goalkeeper could have made a call there. I think that ball could have rolled straight to the goalkeeper if he didn't intercept it.
So there we go. So the chance is gone. It was it's actually Levi Trim, who has played for Phoenix at senior level already. His name appeared in one of their matches in the Super League a couple of seasons ago. That is before COVID. He would have been a very young teenager then. Credit to him. And actually started out on the left side for Phoenix, now playing in the center of defense as their resources have been depleted. Williams, and this is Henry. Arrows at the back, and there's another one here, and it's Sandy who picks it up. Oh, that is a wasted opportunity, Now he had so much time there, Dareem Taylor. Instead, he goes for a 35-yard shot. There are two teammates ahead of him, and it's gone again.
Composure. That's all I have to say. Composure today.
Played downfield now by Bristol. That's Lindsay, in fact. Stokely Vale looking for the opener. They could have had it twice in a couple of chances there. Now they on the defensive. Bristol will chase this one down. Turns away. That's good work by the big defender. He's not the fastest, but he does have some fine touches in and around the area. Knocked forward by Solomon. And again, that is Dareem Taylor, the same player who tried that outlandish shot from 35 yards. Here he is, another hurried pass. I think he is overexcited here at the start of this game. Arthur's gone down here, just in front of his coach. The coach is telling his players to continue playing. Well, it's the coaches are Adrian and Nigel D'Souza, and there were some angry gestures. I'm not sure if it's towards the referee or if it is towards his own players. Yeah, you can see it here. Look at the hands of the coach.
Seems like he's telling them to play on. Telling them to go for the ball to the back of the defense.
It's gone down here.
Yeah, they were playing very narrow on that side of the field. Now Arthur just picked himself up and continued. Now here he is. Captain, scorer of 3 goals for the Phoenix team. Somehow that almost made its way to him. Here's Campbell. Henry is tackling and giving away the free kick.
Right there. That makes sense.
So it hasn't been the best of starts here for both teams. But Stokely Vale, on the balance of things, should have had at least 1 goal. Phoenix also had 2 chances before that. So defensively, not much to choose from here, Sid. Hasn't been tight defending at all.
I think it's loose defending. I think both teams should have been, this game should have been 1-1 at least.
I agree. As we approach the 18th minute of the game, we're into the 18th minute of the game. And last week, Youth Stars defeated Stokely Vale 2-1. Jalen Kwashi was the best player for Stokely Vale, got the goal in the 78th minute. Youth Stars getting goals by Delion Beckles and Enil O'Brien. And also last week, St. Clair's coaching school won 3-1. Here's Arthur True on the left side. He gets past the last defender, does he? No, he can't. Roachford is there to make the save once again. That was a good bit of tackling there by Roachford. He had to be very careful because that could have been a penalty.
1-3-1 is Arthur True on the left side.
Right there.
Gets past.
Yeah, Roachford plays actually on the left side of defense, but he's done very well to make that tackle because Arthur was, his blood was hot there. He was just about ready to get past that last defender and pull the trigger. Here he is again. Arthur will try a shot from here. It's gone to the back post. Somehow that passes through a forest of green players, and they managed to get it clear. Stokely Vale living dangerously at the back, as have this Phoenix team. Another ball that is given away just in front of the defense. Here's the ball. That's a great ball. This could be the opening goal. And he snaps at it, Williams, and puts it wide. Just one touch and into the back of the net.
It's the ball. That's a great ball. This could be the opening goal.
And away.
Yeah, the quality of the finishing certainly has left a lot to be desired in this game. As there's another tackle and Taylor goes down. Yeah, it's really not the best bit of finishing. When you consider that Tobago has produced perhaps the best finisher in the history of the game in Trinidad and Tobago, outside of Stern John, it's mystifying that these youngsters have not learned the art of finishing.
I need to have a word with these coaches.
Yeah,
Seems like they are not doing enough finishing.
Yes, it really does look like that. And Roachwood just hits it straight out of play. Didn't challenge the goalkeeper at all.
Waste of play.
So the wasted opportunity once again here. And will this come back to bite Stokely Vale, because that is now two really good opportunities and clear-cut opportunities to score.
Two very great opportunities.
Three, if you count the first one as two, because
First
they
one,
should have put that away. Here is Williams.
At least it should have been 2-1.
Should have been. Arthur is tackled, and once again it's Roachford there to take it away from him. Arthur is feeling the hurt after that tackle. It's given back here to Williams. Williams, well, that's a good shot by Williams. It looked for the moment that he was trying to get it towards the far post. Then the keeper saw it bending in towards him, and he had to get that touch to keep it out of his net.
Great shot from 45 yards out.
Well, O'Shea Williams has scored in this competition before. In fact, Sid, I'll tell you, he scored a last-minute free kick to tie up the game for his team. So it was an outstanding free kick, actually, for his squad. Here's Phoenix on the attack again. We are into just about the halfway point of the first half on a very cool day here in Tobago. Towards the near post, loosed inside the box, and a scuffed shot again by Solomon. Phoenix will lose the ball in the midfield. Knocked back in here by Percy. Oh, it finds Arthur. Will he score? Yes, he does. That's how you do it. Jariel Arthur has put it into the back of the net. Well, yes, he is. He's celebrating the goal. For a moment there, I thought the referee called play back, but Arthur has his fourth goal in the tournament, and that is how you finish it.
I think that was a cool finish, but I have to blame the defense of Phoenix there. Poor defending by the Phoenix.
Arthur, will he score? Yes, he does. That's how you do it.
So Phoenix ahead by 1-0 here. So their quest to get into that second spot has started well, with Arthur putting away the first real chance that he's had. And Jariel Arthur, who has not scored for a couple of games now, lacing in his fourth goal of the competition. He had a double against St. Clair's in the second game. Since then, just one goal for him. Here's Stokely Vale now, and all of a sudden those brace of chances that they failed to put away is already coming back to haunt them.
When you get your chance to score, you score.
That's right, and Nathan Williams and Tareem Taylor, they missed those chances. Jakeem Sandy also had a chance in there, so they've all had a couple of opportunities, and perhaps the advice for them might be you have to forget about those and focus on what's happening next.
Hope you score the next one that comes along.
That's right, here is Kwashi with the what looks like a shot on goal. Now he goes for another one. It turns out to be a good pass. Was that a free kick? Just outside of the area, Gordon was trying to get the shot in. There was a tackle made, and there was some contact, but no foul. Bristol finds Williams, and Arthur is there. That ball will go against the Phoenix team. Of course, later on today, first of all, before we get to the game later on today, it's not quite a very hot day here in Tobago, but we're just about that point where the referees usually call for the break for water. And your friend was actually commenting on that. He's wondering why is there a water break in football these days?
Well, it may be through the temperature these days is more hot, so that's the law.
Yeah, it's not mandatory. Referees don't have to give the.
But it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it seems to be a very hot time around. Today is very cool day, so I don't think today they might have that water break.
Yeah, it is a cool day. Here is Andy Thomas. Thomas again. Knocks it back towards Taylor. Taylor has one player on him. That's Kwashi. Gets past Kwashi, brushes him off. Here's Henry. Henry gets the cross in. Arthur's at the back post, but the keeper is there. Another aspect of the play I'm seeing here in Tobago is the quality of the goalkeeping. The distribution of some of these goalkeepers has not been great. And
seems like they don't work on the goalkeepers at all.
Yeah, it is a distinct possibility. It almost appears that the goalkeepers are outfielders who could not quite make it, and they put them into the goal because they don't look natural to the position.
Don't look natural at all.
Here's Henry. That is Bristol, sorry, and here is Arthur. Good situation for him. He loves this kind of situation where he can run at the defenders. I think just trying to do a bit too much. Now, here's Stokely Vale. This one's knocked through for Sandy. Bristol might have to go back. That's another good bit of defending here by Bristol. But his distribution has let him down. Gets it back though. Look at the massive space in between the defense and midfield.
They're not using the weight of the fielder.
Comes back to Taylor here. Here is Henry. Henry looking for Arthur and has found him. Arthur gets the space. That's poor defending. Arthur in here. Could he get into the area? And that is a fine finish by Jariel Arthur, who has put his team ahead 2-0 here. And Jariel Arthur, the defender, look what happens here. He does not get himself between the player and the goal. And Arthur sensed that and just got past him easily.
Great touch.
Really good touch, and look at this.
Into the area, and that is a fine.
Power. Just cool, calm, and composed. You do not need power to score goals, just precision.
And there certainly was a lot of precision there. Phoenix are ahead 2-0. And Jariel Arthur is now up to 5 goals in the competition. Here's one that's locked through. A chance for the response. And Sandy's put it wide.
Defense and strikers went for the power game. Just
Here's one that's locked through. A chance for the response.
and he's just rushing the shots.
He could have actually taken another touch, composed himself before knocking it, rolling it past the goalkeeper. And he's upset, but he only has himself to be upset with. Now he gets the header in, but that's going to be easy for Jaden Phillip, who makes the save. So I guess you can see why, for Stokely Vale fans who are wondering why their team only has 3 goals in the competition, they're at the bottom of the table. You can see why. They're creating the chances, but they're just unable to put them away.
And that's the difference between the teams. Composure with the 2 strikers.
So Jariel Arthur has now gone from 3 goals to 5 goals in the tournament. The top scorer in the tournament, there are 2 players on 6 goals. Sid Colin Sargent of Sinclair's coaching school and Nathaniel Ogaro of Club Sando, former club of your good friend Angus Eve. And Angus has had a big influence on his career. Well, he's been in raging hot form. Nathaniel Ogaro, he scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. He's the sort of striker that Angus loves, those fast guys who can just need a couple of chances, 1 touch, and it's in the back of the net. Well, we all love strikers like that, don't we? Henry, back to Bristol. I don't know what assessment you made of Bristol as a defender.
Bristol is just calm, but a little clumsy. You need to work a bit on him, but you have the size to be a good defender.
Flexibility might be an issue, and I haven't seen it as though he possesses the speed of the defenders of your ilk at international level.
Well, sometimes once you're in right position, you don't need that much speed, but once you could position yourself properly, put yourself and put your teammates in the right places, you don't need to be doing all that sprinting. So if he has the mindset to do the work and position himself properly and control the players in front of him and around him, that will be good.
So
Technically he seems a bit, he can play with the ball as well.
Yeah, he does have some good footwork, and he scored 3 goals in the competition. He is the top scoring defender in the competition, Bristol, and 2 of them have come from headers. He actually scored what is the latest goal in the competition against Bethel in their opening game. He scored in the 96th minute to equalize and give Phoenix a point in that match.
He has the size, he has the height, he have the body structure to be a good defender.
Here's Kwashi. He has 3 players to aim at inside the box. If he can get the cross here, he does. Headed away by Bristol. And once again, his positioning is pretty good. Looking for Arthur again. Arthur is on a hat-trick here. And we haven't seen a hat-trick in this Tigertanks tournament. We are into the last round of the preliminaries of this tournament. And no hat-tricks just yet. Might see one today, the way that Arthur's going. 2 goals in 4 minutes for him. Offering for it again here. Loves to dribble, doesn't he? Tormenting the defense here of Stokely Vale. Here's Philip Williams. Arthur. Well, not a wonder about that ball. Roachford is there to make the clearance.
Seem to have some vision that the other teammates don't have to see.
Yeah, that's the kind of run that he makes, but unfortunately he can't pass it to himself. Now we're seeing a change here for Stokely Vale, and Nathan Williams is off. Now Nathan Williams, you would remember, missed that first chance. After the rebound, it came to him. He just had to bury it, and he hit it straight at the keeper. So he has now been sacrificed. So he is the first change, and Tyrese Rennick is on. So Tyrese Rennick is on minute 31. Back into the center here. This could be the 3rd goal. He puts it in at a second chance. And there is the goal. And it's 3-0 now, Phoenix. And Samuel Solomon puts this one away. And it is Arthur again involved in it. This is the cross from Arthur. There is absolutely no one. Now look at this. He has enough time to hit it straight at the keeper. And then the defense finally arrives. And Solomon is there to bury it. So that is 3 goals now in minute 32. So Phoenix are ahead 3-0 here, but you might have already observed that Phoenix are playing with 10 men. That is because they have an injury to Levi Trim. Now Levi Trim, they were down to 10 men. He's come off, and this is why they're playing with 10 men, because they have no substitutes.
And this is very shocking.
It certainly is shocking. Now we have seen this also in Trinidad. Because there was a game in which one of the teams turned up with only 2 subs. And then they had a player sent off. And somehow managed to hold on for a 1-0 defeat. So they put in a good performance, almost a Mourinho-like performance in terms of their defense. But here we have Phoenix playing with 10 men, and they are ahead 3-1 with Solomon scoring the 3rd.
And I think as Phoenix are down a player, with so much time, I think Stokely Vale should be using that extra man, passing the ball around, and make it work and score.
I think those chances that came to Stokely Vale, which they did not accept, came around the time that the Phoenix player went off injured. So that would explain those huge holes in the center of the fence. Off the body of Bristol. Off the defender, spinning away. Another chance perhaps here for Stokely Vale. And the player goes down rather hard. But I don't think there was anyone around him to touch to cause that foul. Here's Taylor. Back heel by Taylor to Solomon. And here's Arthur. That might be too far ahead of Arthur. Arthur was man of the match in their game against St. Clair's coaching school, Sid. 4-4 that game ended at Montgomery Recreation Ground. And Arthur scored, I think, what is the goal of the competition. A free kick from about 30 yards. Hit it into the top corner of the net to equalize for his team, Phoenix, to give them a point against St. Clair's.
Arthur seems to be the guy that Phoenix are going to. The go-to guy. As soon as they get the ball, they're looking at Arthur.
I have to tell you, he demands the ball also. There's very little choice. He wants the ball all the time. Taylor. That's a good ball from Taylor. Offside though. Sandy was had strayed beyond the last defender, and the official on the near side of the field spotted it very quickly. So here we are, inside 35 minutes, and FC Tobago Phoenix are ahead 3-0. They're also down to 10 men, incredibly, because they don't have a substitute on the bench. End of the season, a lot has gone out of the tournament. They're not able to get into that final anymore. So attrition has hit them very hard at the end of the tournament.
I think still you should be, if you are into a tournament, you play to the last.
I don't think I'd see anybody from your generation doing anything like that. You'd be there, no matter if you're lost in the competition.
Just want to play the game.
That's right. Here they go. It's Williams knocks that forward towards Taylor. And the tackle by Rochford. Rochford started out on the left side of the field in the early games. He's now playing on the right-hand side. And he seems to be one of those players who will just follow the coach's order. Wherever the coach puts him, he's there, he does his job, and does it very well. He has been the best player for Stokely Vale in this competition. Here's Arthur, looking for Thomas on the far side. And it might actually find its way to Andy Thomas. He does have support behind him coming from Percy. Doesn't need him. There is Percy in the picture. Just tries to do too much. Now it's given away here to Taylor, Dareem Taylor. Sandy was ahead of him. Throw in for the Stokely Vale team away on the right side. I don't think I've ever come to Tobago and seen the place so cool. It's usually very hot. Maybe it's just me, but it's usually very, very hot in Tobago.
Well, today's one of those days. We have a nice cool day.
Yeah, it certainly is. Here is Henry, knocks this one forward, but straight
Nice
at
day for
Quashie.
football.
It certainly is. I doubt you would have seen too many of these in your time. Here's Arthur. It's dropping a little bit deeper now. He's off on a run here, and the pass has found Solomon. But Solomon wasn't quite ready for it, and Campbell clears the lines here for Stokely Vale. When you're down 3-0 so early in the game, it does present a massive obstacle in the minds of the players.
Yes, but you're a player up, and you should be using that as your advantage right now.
Arthur wants this hat trick, goes outside of the defender, gets the cross in. Not enough here to get that into the area, just to the center of the goal, where Solomon was waiting for the tap in. You can see Solomon just holding on to the net at the top of your picture. He knew all he had to do was tap that in if it had come across. That would have been 4-0, and Arthur and Solomon, they're doing all the work here, Sid.
Very much so.
Here's Arthur again. Crosses it in towards the far post. Taylor gets a shot, and that's too wide of the mark. Nice move there by Taylor to get away from the defender, create the space for himself, but couldn't find his shooting boots. So outside of this game today, and it seems that Phoenix will go on to win this one. They've put themselves in a great opportunity now to get into that second place in the tournament. St. Clair's and Youth Stars play later on, Sid. And Youth Stars need to beat St. Clair's in order to draw level with them in points. However, they are 9 goals behind on goal difference. Lindsay is saying, well, I got the ball.
I think the second game should be a very interesting game as well. Because I think Youth Stars want to be in at least come second to be in the playoffs. So that will be something that they'll be looking forward to.
Yeah, well, if they finish in second place, if they at least get a draw, they will finish in second place. This free kick is hit straight at the goalkeeper. That's very easy for Philip in goal. And you can see here, that's his kick forward. Not a natural-looking kicking technique. Arthur is after this one. Rennick has some work to do. Arthur gets a foot onto it. And he couldn't carry on. Fell over at the last moment. Jarrell Arthur. in addition to the 5 goals he has already scored, he's had 3 goals chalked off, 2 for offside and 1 for a foul. Now I wasn't sure about all 3 of those. So with a little bit of luck, he could have had 8 goals and been the leading scorer in the competition.
I think he should have been with his skill.
Yeah, he does possess a lot of skill. Does tend to find himself involved in extracurricular activities that he should not do. And he's always quick for an argument. Stokely Vale now trying to get one back here. This is Kwashi. Kwashi gets past the defender. Kwashi could score here if he can get the pass in. Oh, well, he tried to get the pass in, but there were too many defenders. And here's Thomas now trying to maintain possession. He's fouled. And Phoenix have been bailed out here. Kwashi has been one of the better players for Stokely Vale in the past couple of games. Scored in the last one, Sid. But I don't think there's much belief up in front now that Stokely Vale can get some of these goals back.
Stokely Vale can get these goals back because the defense of Phoenix is not playing pretty well. But they need to just be calm and when they get a chance, put them away.
There's not a lot of calm there as that one is just trashed forward. Arthur has it. He will look for the shot on goal. Here he is getting past Rennick. Now driving into the box. And Roachford is there again. And he and Roachford have had a fine battle throughout this match. Arthur has already taken the throw in. And Thomas was not able to get back to him. And that is a foul on the far side.
I think Arthur needs to play with his teammates some more.
Yeah, it's a bit too individualistic at the moment. Here's Bristol. Taken away by Sandy. Can he keep this one in play? He does.
Sure.
Gets it inside. Is that offside? No, it's not. Back to Sandy. And Bristol calmly just takes it away from him and moves the ball upfield. With the minimum of fuss there, Bristol just picked his pocket. A miscommunication between Arthur and Taylor. Here's Kwashi. And you're saying that the Phoenix defense is not playing well. As in a sense, they're not cohesive. They seem to be playing like individuals.
It seems like they do not train together. You just take 11 guys and put them out there to play.
I know that message sounds a bit familiar. When Ben Hacker was coaching the TNT team, that's one thing he would always say. But as the TNT team got together and played more, stopped saying it though. Not more of a unit as TNT went to the World Cup in 2006. Well, the keeper has fumbled it twice. And now that's loose inside the area. Well, the defender gets a foot onto it, and that should have been a goal there for Gordon.
No composure again, just swings their foot.
Yeah, you're right. That's all it is, just swinging the foot and not getting the direction.
Poor goalkeeping, poor defense, poor shooting.
So far,
They're kicking the ball like it is a hot potato.
The hot potato indeed. Here is Gordon with the corner. And he's just hit that straight out of play. Never gave his players in the middle a chance to get the goal back. So Phoenix down, they are up 3-0. They're also down a man. And Levi Trim, who came off early in the first half, still on the bench out of your picture there with ice on his knee. Here's O'Shea Williams, finds Arthur. Now you look at the points where Arthur is picking up the ball initially, and it's a bit too far away because he has too much to do. Just seems to love to run with the ball, Jariel Arthur.
You should be looking for the ball closer to the goal, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Like, your former teammate Stern John, you'd hardly see him outside of the width of the goal of the area itself. Knocked in towards Andy Thomas. Brings
Great
it down
touch.
beautifully. Great touch! And he gets the shot in. And once again, there is Roachford to stop them from scoring for Phoenix. I'm not sure about that pass back towards the corner flag. But that was a really good touch by Thomas. So we're just seconds away from the end of the first half. We are now into time added on for stoppages. 3-0 Phoenix getting goals from Arthur. 2 in 4 minutes. 24th and 26th minute. Solomon with a tap in the 31st. They lead by 3-0. And even more interesting, they lost their central defender Levi Trim to an injury early. They're also down to 10 men as a result. No substitutes on the bench. Knocked in towards the far side. Bristol's going to chase this one down. And the referee has blown off the first half. So said 3-0. Certainly a deserved lead for Phoenix. But he felt that Stokely Vale should at least gotten a couple of goals in that first half.
I think it could have been a much closer game. But Phoenix has took their chances and Stokely Vale hasn't. And that's the difference between the team.
Yeah, but both defenses have not stood up very well here.
No, both defensive seems to be very shaky.
Right, so that is the score at halftime. Phoenix 3-0 ahead. A win for them and a loss later on today for Youth Stars will put Phoenix up to second place in the table, and that's what they'll be hoping for today on the final day. This is match day 9 here in Tobago. Video Ramphal alongside Sid Gray will have commentary on the second half in just about 10 minutes' time.
And the man going free then? Yeah, thing like them they too serious. But even like that woman. Fuck. Okay, you must know much money they put even though you know yeah, you're right.
Welcome back to match 19 of the Tobago Group. Tigertanks men's under 20 invitational. It is FC Tobago Phoenix leading Stokely Vale 3-0. 2 goals by Jariel Arthur, who's standing over the ball there, the Phoenix captain. And he set up the other one for Solomon. So 3-0 ahead. And the 3 goals coming within a 9-minute spell. And incredibly, that came after Phoenix went down to 10 men. Phoenix coming out to play today with only a bare 11. So when that injury occurred, they had to go down to 10 men. Incredible performance here from Phoenix. Ahead 3-0 with only 10 men on the field. Stokely Vale have had some chances, Sid Gray, and they have wasted all of them.
Wasted is an underestimation.
Yeah, there were chances they should have put away, but it wasn't to be. Here is Solomon. Solomon knocks it over for Arthur. Arthur's looking for his hat trick here. And Rennick just gets it away from him, but it still may not be all and done here for the Phoenix team. Try to get it out to Percy. And Phoenix will look on here. Stokely Vale get it clear. Here is the captain of the Stokely Vale team, Ryan Campbell, withdrawing as he tries to get his team going. Looking for the long pass. Now, here is Taylor. Taylor knocks it through. And the run here by Sandy, who is off to the races. He could score. Yes, he does. And Sandy against 10-man Phoenix has pulled one back in the 47th minute. So that is 3-1.
And that's what he should have been doing since first half. Simple pass. Just pass the ball in the back of the net. In first half, he was lashing at the ball. This time, he just rolled it past the goalkeeper.
If he had tried his method in the first half, he would have skied it. But this time, a good finish here by Sandy. Could there be hope still for Stokely Vale against this 10-man outfit of FC Tobago Phoenix? And now Phoenix, in order to... Here's one knocked through towards Arthur. And there was perhaps some doubt that if he would have stayed onside.
Yeah, it was looking like he was offside.
Here's Percy. Turns into trouble here. He's given it away to Kwashi. Now, this is with Taylor. Taken over by the Stokely Vale team. Kwashi keeps it in play. And his pass is not great. Taylor's run that out of play. Now, this is what they've done here, Tobago Phoenix. They have lost Levi Trim in the center of defense. So they now have Williams and Bristol in the center of defense. Out on the left-hand side, Lindsay. And they have brought back Jeffrey Percy, who's a midfielder, into that right-back position. So that's been the change they've made. And just in front of him, Tyrell Taylor has been staying back to offer some support. So that's the realignment of the defense for Phoenix. Now, here's Gordon with the pass here for Stokely Vale. And just looking at the way that Jaden Phillip caught that, you know that he's not really a natural goalkeeper. Look at this. And that's how he's kicked it out. You can tell that he's not started the season as a goalkeeper.
He just put someone there to stop a hole.
Well, he stopped a few already. And once they hit straight to him, he's going to save it. But when the chance came to go down to the feet of Sandy to make the save, couldn't quite achieve it. Gordon trying to turn. Roachford will race back here to try to get this one upfield. Well, he's just kicked it straight out of the play.
They have enough time to pass it around and get out there.
Yeah, he had a chance to pass it down the line for Gordon, who was actually unmarked. Here's Percy. The makeshift right back here for Phoenix. Straight to the lap of Gordon. Now given away to Arthur. Arthur has two defenders on his back. He needs some help, and he finds it in the shape of Percy. Bristol, as cool as ever. Thomas was offside. Allows this to run through here to Lindsay. Here's Thomas now. Player down in the center. It is Phoenix playing on. Here is Henry. Might think about a shot here, Henry. Couldn't keep it down. Aldwin Henry as he attempts to get his first goal of the competition. What would you have been telling your team coming into this second half if you were the Stokely Vale coach?
I would have tried to tell them to just pass the ball around and move the ball faster, but with a player up and play it behind the back for your quick striker.
And of course you would have been telling your striker to just take that extra touch, roll it in, don't go for the power.
Go for it.
And I think if that was the message they gave him, it certainly has come true, because he's done exactly that and scored.
He's quick enough. All he needs to do is just play on the last guy.
Yeah, that's what he's
I don't want
doing.
you to come too deep for no ball.
Yeah, stay in the center and occupy the defenders there. Now he has to contend with Williams at the back and also Bristol, who are not the two fastest. Williams a lot faster than Bristol, but he's occupying the attention of Bristol here. Throw in for Roachford. Flicked on towards Sandy. Williams. Miscommunication between himself and Percy, who does not play in that position very often. Foul has gone against the Stokely Vale team. The St. Clair's team already here, and as the camera shifts towards the goals, you might see them preparing for the match. This one's knocked out here by Taylor, and he finds Lindsay. Lindsay gets into the area. Lindsay, well, he was in a wrestling match there with Campbell, and Lindsay goes to ground. No call from the official. Here is Taylor here for Stokely Vale, and finds Gordon. Gordon, well, he was going outside towards Taylor. Taylor had run inside. He still manages to get it in play. Corner for the Stokely Vale team. Well, I don't know if you've ever played in a situation where you've had no substitutes, but you certainly wouldn't expect that at this late stage of the competition.
I think if this teams is organized, no matter what, I think you should be having a full complement of players here.
Well, watch the corner here. We'll come back to that in a moment, as Stokely Vale have the corner. They have the man advantage, remember. Down 3-1 here, in towards the penalty area. Headed back in by Taylor, and knocked downfield. This will be Rennick's ball. Rennick, who came on as a sub in the first half. First 31 minutes, he tries the shot, and tipped over the bar. Jaden Phillip, who says he's not a natural keeper, he just touched that one over the bar. He's very, very unorthodox, Phillip, but can't fault him for that save. And Rennick, he knows that this is not a natural keeper. Tries his luck from distance. Nothing too much wrong with that, Phillip. Could have caught it, I think, but he decided to just palm it over.
Didn't take any chances.
No chances at all. Knocked in towards the far post. The volley is back in the area. Headed away by Bristol. Missed by Kwashi. Here's Arthur now with a lot of work to do here. Got to hold it up here, Arthur. Goes on a run, and he's tripped up. The last touch there by Omari Jordan, giving away the free kick. So the changes, well, I think they now have a change here. Phoenix, I'm seeing there's a substitute on the bench now. Well, there is a player on the bench. Seth Redmond has the number 22 uniform on, but he has been sent off the bench and into the stands. So I'm wondering if it was a situation where Redmond came in late for the game and the coaches ordered him to go back to the stands. So we'll figure that one out if we can. Here's Sandy now, off to the races here for Stokely Vale. Sandy showing a clean pair of heels. He has two players inside, and he just had to get the pass in towards Taylor and finds the defender. They now have a player coming onto the bench here, Phoenix, and that is Tyrell Williams is now on the bench. So I think belatedly, Phoenix now have a substitute. Don't hold back in your applause just yet. Percy gets a foot to that. Gordon. Yeah, so I think the substitution is now going to be made. Now they have a third substitute. Where were these guys all the time, Sid? They just appeared in the second half.
I believe they just came from work.
Has to be. I don't know where these 18-year-olds are working, but apparently they've just appeared. Hassani Mark is on the bench now.
They now sent for reinforcement.
And Tyrell Williams is on the bench. Redmond also appeared on the bench. So all of a sudden, Phoenix, who had no substitutes in the first half, now have three. So I think they'll work with that. It's getting more bizarre by the moment. Here's Arthur looking for his hat trick. The two defenders are back, and he was caught in an offside position. Yes, it is a bizarre game. It is the last game of the season for these two. What's interesting, Sid, is that I'm not sure how many other competitions these players are involved in. In Trinidad, there are three main competitions running right now. So teams that would have found themselves in a situation with one or two substitutes on the bench, it was because of COVID-19, also because the teams used some players in similar positions. This is a lovely ball in for Solomon. Solomon with the shot straight at the goalkeeper. He went for placement that time, but a little more power was needed towards that corner.
I think they are in a couple more competitions in the Tobago zones here. Some 1-9.
Yeah, it could be a situation where they're involved in several competitions and limited resources. So here's a change going to be made, and you're seeing the 4 and 19. Well, the number 19, the player who's come on is Tyrell Williams, and you might see that he's running on with a pair of gloves. And that is for the goalkeeper. Tell you what, this is one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen. The goalkeeper has gone out without his gloves. Now, we've seen that in cricket. Said you played some cricket yourself. First time I've seen the goalkeeper forget to take his gloves off onto the field. And he came on for Trim, by the way. Trim, who was injured within the first few minutes of the game. And we've had Tyrell Williams on for him in minute 57. It's one of those strange days that we're having here in Tobago. Wonder if we're in for a strange result in the second game, with U Stars needing to win by 10 clear goals to overtake Sinclair's coaching school to get into the finals. That couldn't happen, could it?
I don't see that happening.
U Stars, there they are in the background, away to the left. That is the U Stars team just warming up for this match. Stokely Vale have a corner. Now, if they can get a second goal here, it's going to be a very, very interesting last half an hour, because they might be able to get something back out of it. Well, the goalkeeper needs some assistance in putting the gloves on. And that, it just, my theory that he's not a natural goalkeeper certainly is borne out there. That one went out of play. It's a goal kick.
At least he's trying.
Yeah, he is there. I mean, you have to give him credit for that. The thing is that I don't think he started out the season as a goalkeeper, perhaps late into the picture, but there he is. Didn't bring the gloves on, and now having some trouble pulling it on. I don't think those gloves have been used before.
I mean,
It's usually why they're so stiff. Knocked in here. Oh, that's a good run by Arthur. And that's a great ball. This could be the 4th goal. Straight at the keeper. Well, that qualifies a back pass. He seemed to shovel it towards the back pass. What was your thought on that?
I wouldn't say it is a back pass. You could see he's trying to clear, but
It just a missed kick that goes into the arms of the keeper. But again, another example of some poor finishing by Solomon, who had enough time to pick his spot, hit it straight at the keeper. That could have been 4-1 for Phoenix.
this is the story of this game. A lot of poor finishing.
And that might sound like a strange statement by Sid Gray in a game that we've had 4 goals within the first hour, but it's not. Some of the chances have been clear-cut chances, and this game could have been anything. It could have been 5-4 at this point, had all the chances been taken.
Poor goalkeeping.
Rennick with the free kick. Should be the keeper's ball, and Philip is there to make the stop.
And you are playing a game with goalkeepers who are not natural goalkeepers. I think you should be scoring more goals.
What a play there by Arthur. He did well to keep it in play, but not special work by Thomas, who really should have done better with that pass. This is the opportunity. Here's Arthur. Look at the ball here from Arthur. Straight to Solomon. Has it. He waits. Finally gets it onto the left foot and straight at the keeper. Bristol just toying with the 2 forwards, finds Thomas. Now Phoenix here looking for Arthur, who gets this one into the center. The keeper is going to come for this. Rennick heads it away. This could fall to Solomon again. He wants to put it onto that left foot. Strikes it with the right. And I think it's Lindsay on the far side getting into a little bit of an argument over who should have taken that shot. So Phoenix are the defending at senior level, that is. They've won the FA Trophy back in 2002. They beat St. Clair's coaching school in that game. Phoenix actually lost out to Stokelyville in the finals of the Tobago FA Trophy back in 2009. Most of these players here would have been either 5 or 6. I'm not sure if they would even remember that game. But clubs remember those things, don't they?
Clubs may remember, but these players may be playing around with some ball around the playing field when the game was going on.
It's a bit to remember the intensity of the game. Ex-players, however, they don't ever forget defeats like that. And Phoenix would have lost to W Connection in the 2017 First Citizens Cup semi-finals. They had a pretty good run in that tournament. Levi Trim would have played for Phoenix in that 2019 loss to Northeast Stars in the First Citizens Cup. They had a pretty good year that year, 2017. They beat Wassa in December 2017, which was pretty big for them in the Super League. This one's knocked forward, looking for Arthur again, who might get in on the end of this. He has one defender in front of him. Regains possession here as Jordan gets a foot in. Well, the play has gone. The referee has decided to blow for a free kick against Arthur. Not sure what happened here. I think it was it a handball by Arthur inside the box?
Yeah, I think so.
So Stokelyville have a goal for Sandy. That was Sandy's first goal in the competition. He now joins Jalen Quashie, Dareem Taylor, and Deshaun Roachwood as the 4 goal scorers for the season. This is match number 8, and it's only the 4th goal for Stokelyville, who scored in 4 games and failed to score in the other 4. Yeah, it is a dismal record. And I know that Stokelyville fans would not be happy with that, and they'll not be happy with this either. There's an injury to their defender, that is Tyrese Rennick. He's a tough character, Tyrese Rennick. And we've seen him injured in this tournament. Actually, that's not Rennick, that's Terrian Gordon. Rennick usually is in that position. Actually, he's having some water at the sidelines. That's why I mixed him up. Similar hairstyles for those two.
I think the toll of these football games are taken on from these guys.
Yeah, it is.
From this competition they are playing right now.
And I think it's not only this competition and maybe the others they're playing, but it's 2 years off because of COVID-19.
So it's taking a bit out of them physically.
Especially in the case of Gordon here, who's had to be helped off the field. So let's hope that he can continue. And Stokely Vale, some of their players getting a chance to take some water, especially Sandy, who scored that goal for them in the 47th minute, 2 minutes after coming on for the break. Stokely Vale pulled one back. It's 3-1 now. We haven't seen a hat-trick in the tournament. Jariel Arthur had 2 within the first 26 minutes. Wonder if he has enough in him to get that hat-trick. Too far ahead of everyone. Easy here for the Phoenix defense. There's Bristol and Arthur. Turned into trouble. Now trying to run himself out of it. He's found some space here. And it's back now to Percy. Percy has a player loose on the far side. Well, I tell you what, the man on the far side looked like he had also gone into an offside position, Lindsay. Shot from distance, rather ambitious.
Very ambitious.
That's Terrell Taylor trying the shot from fully 40 yards out. Lindsay trying to get the ball away from Campbell. Stokely Vale players concede possession. So it's knocked over towards Thomas. Can he keep this in play? He can't. Not sure what Arthur's telling him here, but perhaps asking, couldn't you keep that in play? You've played against some fast players, and with some, who's the fastest player you've played with? Outside of yourself. We know you were pretty fast. For those who don't know, Sid would have competed in the 4x100 meter relay for Trinidad and Tobago at the 1994 Carifta Games. So a man of many talents, Sid Gray. Sure, if you had gotten the chance to play some cricket too, you would have.
Sure.
However, the coaches wanted you on the football field.
Coaches want you on all the fields.
It was a battle for you. Campbell knocks that out towards Sandy. Sandy is very, very deep here. He's the man to score the goals. Why is he in the mid, just in front of the defense? Has the coach pulled the, or is this something that he's done on his own here?
Poor touch.
Yeah, extremely poor touch there by the man in front. Now it's finds Arthur. Arthur confronted by Rennick. Will he go outside of Rennick this time? He does. Here's a substitute on. Here it's Williams. Back to Arthur. Knocks it in towards the far post. Thomas is there. And Solomon should score here. It's Thomas. Oh, and they wasted it. 3 players for Phoenix there. And neither of them could get the shot on goal. Well, that was another wasted chance here for Phoenix. And that could have restored their 3-goal cushion. Now here's Stokely Vale going the other way. And Sandy almost carried that with him.
A better pass and it could have been right in.
Could have been. And just like the finishing, we've seen a lot of underhit and overhit final passes. In towards the area here. Quashie. And Quashie's first touch let him down. Rennick gives up possession here to Taylor, who finds Arthur. Arthur's driving into the box. He gets past the last defender, and there is the hat-trick for Jariel Arthur.
First hat-trick of the season.
That's the first one of the season, Sid. And a deserved one for Jeriel Arthur, who is now joint top scorer in this Tigertanks men's competition.
Arthur's driving into the box. He gets past the last defender, and there is the hat-trick.
As Sid was saying. And there it is. 4-1 ahead now, Phoenix. We're up to full 11 players. And Arthur will go in the 22nd, 26th,
and there is the hat-trick for Jeriel Arthur.
And Nathaniel Ogaro as the top scorers in the competition.
And that's a good feat there to be scoring the first hat-trick. That is very good about him. I like about him is he didn't go for power. He went for the placement. And this is what I keep saying all the time. They are going for a lot of power, which that you don't need all those power to score goals. Just a lot of placement.
Your former teammate Stern John, yes, he had the power to hit some great shots from outside, but a lot of his finishes were just finishes inside the box. He has a shot on goal with some power, but easy for the keeper, Jaden Phillip. A lot of his finishes inside the 6-yard box, finding himself in the right positions and just knocking it past the keeper. Excellent striker Stern John, 70 goals in international football. I'm sure you would have seen the great Lionel Messi going past Ferenc Puskas in the international rankings, getting 5 against Estonia. Well, could we get a similar performance here from Jeriel Arthur? Lionel is a very special player indeed. 5 goals in 1 game. Wow.
Yeah, that's very great.
Most people don't do that in interclass football. He did it in an international match.
You need to have special skills to be doing that.
Yeah, you certainly do. Some of those finishes were absolutely amazing from Lionel Messi. And
he's a special guy.
Certainly is. And we've also seen some pretty good finishes here from Jeriel Arthur today. 3 very composed finishes, especially that last one, because he had a lot to do when he picked up the ball initially. Got past one defender, then the second, then just knocked it past the keeper and into the back of the net. First hat-trick of the tournament. And we waited until the final day of the preliminary round to see it. Here's Rennick with the pass. Well, he tried to get that in towards Sandy, but the angle on the pass took it straight at the keeper. So we are into the last 19 minutes of the game here, and it is 4-1. Phoenix now looking good here. They're trying to get up to second place with victory here today. Lindsay gets that one across. He's looking for Arthur again. I'm sure Arthur has seen those 5 goals from Messi, and he's saying, I can do that. I'd like to have some of that, please.
Anything he can do, I can do too.
He can do it better. Well, you'd have to get 6 if he can do it better than Lionel. Stokely Vale on the attack here. And there's a player free on the far side if they can find him. There he is. Gets the shot in. Well, the keeper, I want to describe that as a punch. He just sort of put the hand out, bounces off his hand. And, well, that's the shot on goal that goes wide. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was, we can call that a punch. The ball was just hitting his hands.
I think he tried to punch it.
Well, it qualifies as one. Hakim Billy, the number 23 for Stokely Vale, is going to be withdrawn here. Maybe a slight injury. He is carrying some strapping to his thigh. He has been replaced by Ja'Cory Julian in minute 73.
One with strapping on the tie is off, and one with strapping on his arm is on.
Luckily, he doesn't have to run with the arm. Here is Arthur, 3 goals today, and showing off some nice skills there to welcome Julian to the party. Here's Kwashi taking this one over. Taylor is on the far side. He's looking for Sandy. Sandy has 2 defenders in front of him. You went for the
power again.
Power, and that's too wide.
Snatching at it.
Youth Stars warming up just behind the goal defender there by Jaden Phillip. You might get a shot of them as we get closer. On the other side, the St. Clair's Coaching School are warming up. I think they're pretty relaxed at this point, St. Clair's Coaching School, knowing that Youth Stars will have to beat them by 10 clear goals to qualify for the finals of the competition. Arthur goes to ground here. Rochford brings him down. That's going to be a really interesting battle next week. Based on what you've seen, can the Tobago teams take on the Trinidad teams? It might be Defence Force. It could also be Trendsetter Hawks. And also in the running for that spot in Trinidad is Club Sando.
Well, it will be very interesting. On the day, anything can happen. So I can't just predict, but I would love to see a good game of football.
Bristol with the header and just wide. There were 3 players for Phoenix there beyond the last defender. And the defense went to sleep once again there for Stokely Vale. Another example of some rather ordinary football, this time from Jordan. Swings the foot. Luckily, Rennick was behind him to bail him out. Giveaway at the back here. Here's Bristol. He's still up for the corner, for the free kick situation. Henry and Rennick just pounds this one downfield. Straight at Percy. Sends it back to Arthur here. Arthur on another one of those mazy little runs of his. That should be the ball for Phoenix. Arthur just seemed to glare at the at the assistant referee as if to tell him that should be our ball. But it was clearly theirs. Came off the foot of the Stokely Vale player. It is a corner. Here's Arthur. Bristol is up there for the corner. Gets back possession. Turning away from trouble, Bristol. Here's Thomas. Well, they could be victims to a break here. If Sandy can get it beyond the last defender, he couldn't. Campbell hits it straight at Williams. Well, the defense for Stokely Vale is all over the place at the moment. Gordon.
Stokely Vale is disjointed in attack and they are disjointed in defense.
Here's Julian. Oh, that's very, very poor indeed. I don't think we'll remember this game. We'll remember the game, of course, for Arthur's hat trick and his fine finishing, but I don't think we'll remember this game for a great technical quality.
The quality seems to be very poor.
Seth Redmond, who showed up in the second half. And, they're going through some sort of ritual there with Arthur, but it is that man Percy, Jeffrey Percy, who comes on. We haven't seen much of Jeffrey Percy in the tournament. He's off in minute 77, and Redmond is on. Now just to remind those who didn't see the first half, Phoenix lost Levi Trim early. They had no substitutes on the bench. They played with 10 men for the remainder of the half, scored 3 goals, came out in the second half, went up to a full complement of 11 players, conceded a goal, and then scored another. So they lead by 4-1 in this sometimes bizarre match. Sid, I don't think you've seen any matches like this in your lifetime.
I have not.
That's the last day of the season here in Tobago for the preliminary round. 5 teams in Tobago. This is match number 19. Just one more to come. That is St. Clair's versus Youth Stars. It's a virtual semi-final today, Sid. Those 2 teams are the only ones with any realistic chance of making it to that final. However, Youth Stars have much more difficult picture in front of them. Arthur's off to the races here, and he's coming through. He could get number 4. Well, now that he's picked up possession of it, the assistant referee has flagged for offside. And Arthur is very upset. I think he's suggesting that why didn't you pull the flag up before I ran the extra 20 meters?
The rules.
That's it. Those are the rules. That's how the assistant referees are taught to respond. Here's Bristol. Finds Taylor here. Thomas. Taylor's off on a run. Redmond on the right side now. Arthur, a lot of spaces here. And Lindsay was waiting for the ball, but Campbell got in front of him. Here is the Stokely Vale captain. He's looking here for Sandy, the goal scorer for Stokely Vale. Here's the new man, Julian. Taylor. It's a ponderous build-up here from Stokely Vale. Gordon. And back to Quashie. Quashie with the pass over the head of Sandy. And Julian was in an offside position. Another change coming up here for Stokely Vale. And they will withdraw Tariq Gordon. That's the last time he'll touch the ball in minute 80. So that is the end of his season. So Christopher Saul, excuse me. Christopher Saul is on in minute 80. 10 minutes to go here. I'm sure you've seen that series on Netflix, Better Call Saul. They've called it. Yeah, after just motioning, he wanted a diagonal ball, maybe a little bit straighter.
And this is how the game has been played whole day. A lack of quality, giving away the ball. They are not taking care of their football at all. I think they just need to be calm and relax. Stop rushing.
Well, that's a function of coaching, isn't it? Coach that into the players and practice. Headed upfield by Redmond. And Arthur, that's behind him this time. Oh, and Rennick just hits that straight into the face of Omari Jordan. And Jordan, he can't move at the moment. Arthur is just trying to help him out here. I think he got that straight in the eyes.
Seems to be a tough guy. He's good to go, man.
Yeah, he's all right. It's a little scratch, and I'll take 2 paracetamol when I get off the field. 82nd minute. He took that one straight in the face, and Rennick was horrified. He stopped playing immediately.
There's supposed to be a concussion protocol. Check. There is none.
Yeah, there should be. You're right. Very much so. Another change here, and this time it is going to be coming on, I should say, is Kasani Mark, and he has replaced Tyrell Taylor. Taylor coming off in minute 82. It's a player down, but it's going to be play on here for Phoenix. Arthur was trying to do his shake and bake stuff, but Roachford was having none of it, came back and knocked it away from him. Bristol. Looking for, well, I think he was looking for the shot, not the cross. Knocked in here by Williams. Looking for Arthur again. Arthur gets the cross in.
That's a good cross.
It was a good cross, yeah. But Solomon had fallen over. Ball slightly behind him. Stokely Vale get this one back to Sandy. Well, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Sandy was straight at the Phoenix player, who is given back possession here. Sandy again. Past the second player. Nice exchange of passes with Rennick. Here is Campbell. And this is Julian. And Julian was the weak link there. Just letting that one run through and cleared by Phoenix. Roachwood easily has been among the best players for Stokely Vale today. Taylor tried the scorpion kick, but no contact. Here they go. Phoenix, can there be another one for them? They will end off with if the score stays as it is, they will end off the tournament with a positive 6 goal difference. Youth Stars have a positive 4 goal difference. Not good news for them. Thomas gets that in towards Arthur. He's a demanding captain, isn't he?
The game is stretched. Defense is too far from the attacking. The game is just stretched right now.
Well, it is, and here's Arthur. He's doing a lot of the stretching himself.
I think Arthur brought this ball to the game today.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's going to carry it home now. They usually give the ball to the hat-trick scorer. So it's knocked over here. Is Sandy onside? He's not. Wouldn't have counted anyway. The assistant referee's flag on the far side was up just before the camera panned back to him. So it is an offside. The free kick has already been taken. Last 5 minutes here. Arthur finds Williams. That's behind Solomon. Well, he was just too ambitious there, O'Shea Williams. So, what is the approach going to be like later on for the St. Clair's team? They know that even if they lose by 1-0, they're still going through.
I think they should go and play the game as how they were taught to play the game. Positive football.
And go for the win.
Go for the win.
That's right. And seen so many times teams that are poised to qualify for finals. As we see Sandy, that's a good bit of play. Oh, that's a poor finish again. Running the recurring decimal in this game. And again, it is Dareem Taylor who misses the chance. Arthur, another nice little move from him. He has 3 players inside. Back to Jariel Arthur. Gets past the defender again. Can he get the cross in? 2 players free on the far side of the goal. Mark was there. And maybe the wrong option for Arthur in getting that one to Mark. Here's Redmond. Nice little run here by Redmond. Finds Arthur again. Arthur has some space. Well, he went early with that one and couldn't find the frame of the goal.
It was a smart move, man.
Well, he knows.
Needs to get it on target.
See, Sandy, that's a good bit of play.
Keeper has looked a bit suspect at times in the season. Why not try one from distance? Sandy, robbed of it by Williams in the center of defense. So just going back to your point about St. Clair's, they should go out and play. They are the only unbeaten team in the competition remaining. Of all the 15 teams, the only one not to suffer a defeat.
Well, they should go out and play positive football.
In towards the near post, headed straight back to the keeper, didn't have to move a muscle.
And once you qualify, you should try to take the momentum into the next round or whatever you are doing. You know, if you try to play defensive now because you qualify, you are given play positive football, and that should take you into the next game. So that will take you in the next game with confidence.
Exactly.
So what you're accustomed doing. Don't try anything different.
This is a nice ball which has found Taylor. He just overran it. Back here to Saul, and not sure what that was. But there were 2 players away to his right. He just tried a rather ambitious shot at goal. Now it's given Arthur some opportunities here. He loves to run in the defense and will do it again. This time not quite as successful as Jordan is there. And Jordan has brought him down. Free kick for Phoenix. Minute and a half to go here in this game, and Phoenix comfortably ahead 4-1. And we've seen the first hat-trick of the tournament from Jariel Arthur. Jariel Arthur is now the joint top scorer in the tournament, along with St. Clair's Colin Sargent and Nathaniel O'Gara. Now remember, he can't add to his total after this game. Sargent from St. Clair's can if his team goes ahead. O'Gara from Club Sando could actually add to his total today. Here's Arthur. Very, very close to what could have been his fourth goal. Trying to run himself into out of problems there, Tyrell Williams, but has given up the free kick. Rennick will take this one for Stokely Vale, heading up towards what could be the very last minute of the game. The referee has not shown too much interest in adding too much. Here is Lindsay. Well, that's not a great pass. Oh, that could have been number 4. He hit. That was a sweet shot that came off the crossbar. He still might be in for it here. He gets 3. Could have had 4. Maybe could have had a bit more. He's gone for it again. Into the side netting this time. He really wants. I think he's been watching that Messi video. Look at this. Gets ahead of the defender, and here's the shot.
It was a great shot. Keeper had no chance.
Couple of inches in that. It reminds you of Cornell Glenn's shot in that Sweden match, doesn't it?
Yes.
So Cornell Glenn he's coaching, of course, now. As you would know, he's coaching the Club Sando under 20 team. Yeah. They look pretty good, I tell you. They started a bit to really gather momentum late in the tournament, but to really push Defence Force as hard as they have. They've done really well under Cornell Glen. Into time added on for stoppages here, and don't think the referee's going to add too much. The result of this one is well and truly known at this point. Here is Julian trying to change the scoreline, make it a little bit to flatter his team a little bit, and he gets a free kick. They're screaming at Sandy and giving him advice from the bench. And I think Julian wanted the ball played to him early, but the referee was having none of it. Sandy has been told to leave the premises because I think Roachwell is going to try this one. He scored from a free kick already.
Roachwell seems to have a nice left foot here.
4 men in the wall, 2 others just outside. Make that 5 in the wall now. Roachford wants to give this one a try. Well, he's walked away. They have left it now to Gordon, who's there. Gordon with the free kick. That's not bad. Didn't come down enough. Didn't test the goalkeeper, though. Bristol will boot this one upfield. Arthur is going to chase this one as he usually does. Mark is beaten to the ball. Roachford. I think all of these Phoenix players, they want Arthur to get that extra goal and go to the top of the charts. He had the chance. Hit it into the really good shot that went into the upright. Hit the angle of the goal. Well, there's another injury here. I'm not sure.
That was a very strong tackle.
Very, very strong from Redmond. Not sure if the referee saw that properly. If he did, he might have pulled out a card. Gordon is walking away from the tackle. Limping away, I should say, from the tackle. Here's Roachford with the free kick into the far side. And that will drift harmlessly away. Lindsay gets that away. And he's blown it off here. That is it. And Phoenix have won this game by 4-1. A hat-trick by Jariel Arthur, the first of the tournament that takes him to 6 goals. He is now tied with Nathaniel O'Gara and Colin Sargent at the top of the table. Now, what this has done here, Sid, is that Phoenix now have a positive 6 goal difference, and Youth Stars, their goal difference is 4. If they draw or if they lose the next match, which is the last one in the Tobago group, they will find themselves dropping down to third.
Well, Youth Stars have a lot to play for still today, so if I was Youth Stars, I would try to make coaching school get their first defeat today.
Yeah, that's what they will try to do. So we'll hope that you'll join us for that. That match comes up it's due to start at 4:15, so stay tuned for that as we bring you that here on Tigertanks TV. Tiger TV, match number 19 in the books, and Phoenix and Stokely Vale close their season, Phoenix winning by 4 goals to 1.